Hey everyone, welcome to the first video in the first module. We're starting kind of right at the beginning to give everyone a little bit of direction if you're kind of new to the fitness industry, or if you're kind of trying to nail in on some goals that you might have for yourselves but don't really know how to go about setting them up, don't really know how to start. I think this is a really good place for you. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So what we're going to cover today: how to select and plan your goal, importance of goals for direction and motivation, breaking big goals into small, manageable steps. A little tip: you can watch the video in 1.2x speed if you want. I talk a little bit faster, so it might be helpful. So how to select and plan your goal. First, you want to be specific with your goal. Clearly define what you want to achieve, whether it's losing a certain amount of weight, gaining muscle, increasing the amount of time you work out, being more active on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever it might be for whatever purpose you have, right? I know in my personal life I've kind of spun around and just done things without really any purpose before, which sometimes work, but it doesn't really get you to a specific point if that's where you want to be. Set a realistic timeline that's achievable and healthy is the main thing. For example, if you're 300 pounds and you want to get down to 250 pounds, or you're 250 and you want to be 150, aiming for like 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week, or gradually increasing physically activity over months, ensures steady, sustainable progress. You don't want to really lose weight too fast because it can be fairly unhealthy. I'll kind of get into that in further slides and videos, but yeah. You want to plan for obstacles. You want to anticipate potential challenges like a busy schedule, low motivation, maybe you had a rough work week, whatever it might be. Create strategies to overcome them. I personally really like using a calendar. I reset my calendar at the end of every week. That way, whatever happened in that week, is a write-off, and you're starting fresh on Monday. You can do at-home workouts. You can get into really healthy meal prep, just so you have something, so you're not in a pinch, right? The importance of goals for direction and motivation. Well, it provides clear direction. Goals act as a roadmap, guiding your actions and decisions. When you have a clear target, it's easier to prioritize tasks and stay focused on what matters most. Boost your motivation. Setting specific goals gives you something tangible to work towards, right? Like I said previously, maybe you got a wedding, maybe you've just been overweight or underweight for a long time and you want to trim down, bulk up, whatever it might be. Sense of purpose fuels your drive and helps you push through challenges, keeping you energized and committed. Tracks progress. Goals allow you to measure your growth over time, which can be, when you have like small increments of growth, sometimes it can feel like not a lot is getting done. But then when you look at it on say a 6-month basis instead of 2 weeks or 2 days or whatever it might be, your achievements really start to stack up and you notice them a lot more. So that can internally motivate you to push further and continue on whatever path you're on. Builds confidence. Kind of like what I just said, accomplishing goals, even small ones, boost your self-confidence. Each success reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve more, creating a cycle of continuous improvement. Breaking big goals into small, manageable steps. This is really good for reducing the feeling of being overwhelmed. Sometimes when you start a new project or a new lifestyle or a revamp of what you're currently doing, it can feel like there's a million different things you can do and you don't really know where to start, or you just don't have a clear-cut plan and then you fall off before you can begin. I've gone through this multiple times on my journey to losing quite a bit of weight and becoming a much more healthy individual, all kinds of different spots. But yeah, breaking things down, it keeps you on a better path and it keeps things more linear for you. Creates momentum. You build up the confidence from the small wins. Completing each step brings you closer to your main goal, motivating you to keep going. Improves focus. Focusing on smaller tasks helps prevent distractions. With clear, manageable steps, you can stay engaged and committed without feeling scattered. Small steps make it easier to adapt as needed. If a challenge arises, you can adjust individual tasks without derailing your entire plan, right? All right, little summary. Clear and specific goals. Clearly define what you want to achieve, such as weight loss or fitness milestone, and set a realistic timeline to keep your efforts focused and manageable. I'll touch on this a little bit more in videos to come, but you don't want to rush yourself and say, I have 1 week to lose 25 pounds, I have 2 weeks to lose 30 pounds. You're going to end up being in a very unhealthy position. So you just want to give yourself the leeway and the room to make those improvements over the necessary amount of time. Motivation through purpose. Understanding why your goals matter provides direction and drives you forward. Staying motivated is easier when your purpose is meaningful and aligned with your long-term vision. Step-by-step approach. Break large goals into smaller, actionable steps and make progress feel achievable. This strategy reduces overwhelm and helps maintain momentum by creating small wins along the way. And that's it for the setting goals. It seems pretty generic and pretty straightforward. I know for a lot of people that have done this kind of journey, or done anything where you pick away at goals, it kind of is. But for a lot of people that never really started and don't know where to start, this is just basically your foundation for the rest of the course and for the journey that you might want to take.